Give me a mic check, guys.
Mic check, guys.
Excellent. I was like, if these guys are talking, I'm going to be pissed.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Everything is recording in Audacity. All right. I think we're good to go. Are you in the chat, Jeff?
What's that?
You in the chat?
Chat is open. Are there people there?
No, there's not a single soul. All right. Here we go. You like that?
Yeah, awesome.
All right. Let's try that again.
But wait, nothing happened.
I know. All right. Here we go. You didn't hear it? Oh, crap. Here we go.
Hi, this is Chris Wright. I'm the founder and head brewer at Pikes Peak Brewing Company. You're listening to We Like Drinking, where you never drink alone.
At the sound of the tone, the official We Like Drinking time will be 5 o'clock. Commence consumption.
Thank you for joining us for the We Like Drinking Show, episode 166. In this episode, we'll be discussing glitter beer, craft beer drinker types, and we're all a little bit of the Irish this week. So crack open your beer, uncork that wine, and let's get drinking!
Drinking, yeah.
Oh, aye, Jeff Sullivan. I didn't hear what you said there.
I was going, yeah, drinking. Hey, it's crazy because we haven't been able live. We haven't been listening to the intro in a while, and I know that it says the official We Like Drinking time is 5 o'clock, but it sure feels like it's 4 o'clock because of daylight
savings.
Yeah. Watch out, or I'm gonna hit you with my shillelagh.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, our podcast drinking friends, and happy St. Patrick's Day. And welcome to our little happy hour number 166. Happy hour 166 of the We Like Drinking experience, man. That's what it's all about.
166, the number of the show.
Yeah, Bruce Dickinson, you are not.
All right. Before we get into what the lads are drinking today, listeners, if you could do us a huge, big, fat plum pudding favor and go out to the Apple Podcasts, the Apple iTunes. What is it, John? The iTunes podcast of Apple thingamajig?
Yeah, well, it's Pie Day, so we make have an apple pie and go to Apple Podcasts or iTunes, whatever you want to call it these days, and leave a 5-star Pie Day review.
That's right. Leave us a big fat 5-star review. Give us a little note about what you think about the show. And while you're there, Jeff Solomon, should they leave anything extra in there?
Well, yeah, of course. They should leave a review on the iTunes. And when they do it, once you put in the hashtag Ecovessel, I've been telling people, just look, share the review you already got with us and put the hashtag Ecovessel there. And really, it's just so my lazy ass has the easier time finding it.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, look, if you don't want to win a $55 Ecovessel Boss, with patented copper infused technology that'll keep your cold drinks cold for 36 hours and your hot drinks hot for 8 hours, and your slightly lukewarm drinks, they'll probably stay hot around like 10 11 hours. What I'm saying is, look, if you want to get one of these things, because we got 2 to give away by the end of March, leave a review, take a screen grab, share it with us on your favorite social media platform with the hashtag Ecovessel. Get in on that goodness. Come on.
Emma's like dying to give them away too. She's like, Jeff, give me those names. I want to give these out. I want to get them out.
She should just give them to me. Just give them to me, Emma. I'll say we gave them away.
There you go. All right. Well, let's see. Everybody is dressed in bright green today, which is fantastic. So let's see who it is we're drinking with. We've got our wine blogger, the prolific wine blogger, Jeff Solomon.
Hello.
We've got our beer brewer with a lizard tail, John Ruyak.
Good evening.
And I am your host, Jeff Eccles. And like we said before, everybody, happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't in honor of Mr. Jim Myers, what's the number one rule of St. Patrick's Day?
Don't
be
a knucklehead.
Hashtag don't be a knucklehead, guys. Don't be a knucklehead. All right, so let's get into it and find out what we got. Jeff Solomon, what is in your glass, my friend?
Hey, speaking of knuckleheads, I was at the grocery store trying to get some traditional Guinness Nitro IPA, but unfortunately they were out. So I got the Guinness Draft Stout. I know every year I say this. Is it drought or draft?
It's draft.
So I got the Guinness Draft Stout in one of these collector cans.
I don't recognize that can.
Yeah, it was funny on the back. So it says, it's a special edition can, our legendary Guinness Draft Stout in a collectible can celebrating the famed Guinness campaigns of the 1930s and 50s. I hear old people talking about the good old days all the time. I've never heard anybody say, back in my day, it was simpler. You had this fucked up looking monkey on a Guinness can. It was the good stuff. So anyways, you were asking what's in my glass. I told you this is the triggering episode since I couldn't get the Guinness Nitro IPA and I refused to drink the Guinness Blonde, although that's the most traditional Guinness. I am drinking the draft straight from the can tonight.
What?
Lady. But then after I'm done with that, oh, I hope it doesn't overflow.
I mean, isn't that the one with the like?
It's got a widget in there, yeah, but it's just
that pops and like
it's a floaty plastic widget. So as you pour it, it just kind of stirs it or whatever. But then also, after that, because it's only 14.9 fluid ounces. After that, I thought I'd go with an even more traditional St. Patrick's Day drink from Hermitage Brewery out of San Jose, California. This is the Maltopia Scotch style ale. So I'm going very traditional for this St. Patrick's Day.
I see that. John Ruyak, what be you drinking this evening?
Can I ask this? Have any of you tried the Guinness Nitro IPA?
I have not.
No.
I really wanted to. I was like, I need to get that. And I guess it's flying off the shelves. I could not find it. Either that or it doesn't exist anymore. It's like new Coke. That would have been awesome.
I fired up. I think I've got one bottle of this left. This is the Guinness 200th Anniversary Export Stout, a recreation of a recipe that they first exported to the United States back in the early 1800s. So I guess it's the first recipe they had where they used black patent malts in it. And I have to tell you that the taste of it, there's a little bit of maritime taste to this. So it's possible that way back in the day, because PETA wasn't around at that time, that there might be a little bit of smoked whale testicles in this.
I was gonna ask, how does that work in terms of like healing cactus accidents?
Oh, it was it was fine. I've got a story about that later.
All right.
Oh, good. John's got a story this week. I'm excited.
I've got a story about how I passed out after I saw that picture, John. Thanks, bro.
There was no blood involved, although.
Oh yeah, images of cactus needles sticking straight out of somebody's fingertip. Like that's not unsettling.
And not just one, about 80 of
About
them.
80 of them. Several of them going underneath the fingernail, it looked like.
Oh yeah, that was the best part, pulling that one out. because
Everybody
cactus
driving,
needles,
please pull over. Pull over.
cactus needles have a little hook on the end, so they
Yep.
don't. It's hard for them to come out. Yeah,
I know.
that was-
I've fallen on one before too. Not fun.
Jeff Solomon,
So
my youngest son today, they had a science fair at the school, and he got to watch or dissect a cow eye,
Okay, yeah.
play with some cow livers and kidneys and hearts and pig hearts and all kinds of good stuff. You would have had fun there.
Well, that's a cheap way to get a dissection going because all you do is stop by the butcher and say, "Can I get some eyeballs?"
Pretty much. All right, and Patreons, you may already know this, and those on Twitter, I think, or Instagram, I don't know where I put it. I took a trip up to Pikes Peak Brewing this afternoon and picked up their Peak of the Patty, or Patty of the Peak, one or the other, dry Irish stout that I'm drinking here to see how dark this thing is.
Wow.
Interesting thing about this, John Ruyak, is they were telling me that the typical dry Irish stout has a little bit of sour blended in with it. And so when they brewed this beer, a quarter of the mash, I believe, was a sour mash.
interesting. Well, I know Guinness adds, I think, up to 10% soured beer into their product. So I think that's a soured finished beer as opposed to a sour mash that they may have used at Pikes Peak, as you just mentioned.
Okay, really good. Holy cow, this is a tasty treat right here. Get a little bit of that sour. It kind of lightens it up a little bit, but there's some good coffee notes to it, and hella good, Mr. Chris Wright. Hella good. Well,
But by the way, I do just want to say something. Like, I really wanted to drink that Guinness out of a can, but it's like not easy. The widget like gets in the way, so I poured it into my plastic water cup that's in front of me. So
Awesome.
you can see through the little circles there that Guinness is also a dark beer.
yeah.
That's like a piece of plasticized Swiss cheese. What's up with that?
How does it stay in, man?
It's the patented stout level technology that's built into the glass. All right. I know everybody is just itching to get to it. So let's do it right away and get to grape, hop, or pop culture reference. So this is where I give these guys, some terms, and they try to tell me wine grape, a beer hop, or some kind of pop culture reference. And I just realized that I totally messed this up, and I did 2 wait who subscribes and no grape hop or pop culture reference.
Pop culture.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I was going with hop, but all right.
All right. The term this week is Colcannon. Colcannon. So is Colcannon a wine grape, a beer hop, or some kind of last minute pop culture reference? Jeff Solomon.
Wow. Okay. Well, I know it's not a pop culture reference.
Okay.
I absolutely know it's not that, because here's what happened. Jeff opened up as quickly as he could. It was either an alphabetic list of grapes or hops. And he didn't look that long because he stopped at C. Can you spell it?
Colcannon.
Colcannon. I'm going to say that Colcannon is a variety of beer hops invented by the owners of Concannon Winery in Livermore,
Ooh.
who were the first to do a single variety bottle of Petite Syrah. True story.
True story. All right. So Jeff is going beer hop. John Ruyak.
I'm gonna say it's the lone grape variety that grows in Ireland.
Oh, that's an excellent guess because I actually tried searching on that to see if I could find one. We've got a beer hop and a wine grape, and Colcannon is in fact a pop culture reference. Colcannon is an Irish and Scottish dish comprised of mashed potatoes with either cabbage or kale. Jeff Solomon, I thought for sure you would have known that. Colcannon. That went well.
Yeah, nothing like being prepared.
Nothing like it. I went to look at my great pop or pop culture reference, and it's like 50 words long, and I was like, oh,
that is not. I'm sorry, man. Pop culture, like all the kids playing in the street, like, yeah, man. Remember back in the day, we all used to eat Colcannon, that traditional Irish dish.
Coming from the dude that used his last name, I really don't think you have any room to complain about the terms I use for my bit called grape hop or pop culture.
Yeah, it's on my show though, so think about that for a second. If you want to be back next week, Jeff, I think you should change your tune.
I'm not changing anything then. All right. Oh man. Hold on. I have to take a drink before I set off this trigger with Booze News, where we talk about interesting, noteworthy, or bottom of the basement dumb stuff. And I will just
We've got a couple of those stories.
I'll just turn the show over to John.
Okay, so yeah, for all you people that are upset about green beer, well, be prepared to be even more upset about beer with frickin' glitter in it. So my first reaction was Sharon showed me a story, so I looked it up. I'm like, really, why? But apparently there's at least 4 or 5 breweries, a couple in California, 3 Weavers, Seabright in Santa Cruz, Bold Missy in Charlotte, and Minocqua Brewing in Minocqua, Wisconsin, where the brewer Erica DeAnda even says she's smitten with glitter beer. Having brewed a few in her career, they bring a new level of uniqueness to a beer.
Yeah, okay. That's all that really needs to be said.
I mean,
where's from last week? No, I'm not ready yet.
Huh? What?
WeLikeDrinking.com/what, John? No, I'm not ready yet. You don't remember that? Oh,
I do.
Finished a growler, so yeah, you probably don't. All right, so back to the glitter beer, John.
Yeah. So it's just why do you got to do that? And really, do I want to see the results of that the next day? It's just wrong. I mean, I know you have a lot to say about this, Solomon. So fire it up.
Well, I wanted to hear a little bit from Eccles too. I wanted to kind of read the room a little bit before I brought what I had to say, because I think it might be a little bit different. I mean, Eccles, are you opposed to glitter beer?
I mean, I'm not going to order this if it's there. Unless somebody's like, oh my God, it's so good. But if it's so good, why would you dump edible glitter into it? I mean, okay, it's a huge gimmick, right? I mean, that's really all it is. I don't believe that edible glitter really brings a flavor profile that's going to add to the drink overall. So really the only point there is just to say that you have glitter beer. And I don't know, do you want your turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy to have glitter gravy in it? I mean, I just don't see the point to this at all.
So I gotta tell you that shout out to Seabright Brewery in Santa Cruz, which has been there since before I could ever drink. Like they are pre-craft beer explosion. And Seabright is such a beautiful area of Santa Cruz too. As soon as I saw that they were on the list of places that made glitter beer, first thing I did was I went to their website and I looked for the beer that they had mentioned from Seabright in there. And I went and I read like their description of it, and it didn't say anything about glitter. And so, you know, my first real question was like, are they making this up, or was it like when they originally released it, like the very first batch is like a celebration? Did they put edible glitter in there? But then, you know, they just kept with their own regular recipe for this beer. Because if it were available, you know that I would have been drinking glitter beer on the show. Like I totally would have done that, right? I would have done it for y'all. Jeff, I really kind of want to challenge you on this, though.
Okay.
You're telling me that if you sat down in a brewery and saw that there was a glitter beer on the menu, you're telling me that you wouldn't at least get like a taster of it?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because you would.
Yeah, I would.
John, you would too.
No, you know, honestly, no, I don't think I would.
Why not?
Because it's an affront.
Well,
I mean, what style?
I don't want. It's not. It's what.
Does it say what style of beer these are coming in?
I think the one that from Seabright, it was like a blonde ale. But it was like an experimental blonde ale with like blood oranges in it and some other just some weird stuff
Here's
in there too.
If it came in a unicorn mug, then yes, I would order
it. So here's my feeling, right? The thing that I have always, coming more from the wine world, right? The thing that I've always admired about breweries and about craft breweries in particular is that they're not afraid to at least try something, right? And, you know, it's not like glitter, like edible glitter didn't exist before some breweries tried to put it in beer. You know, I'd envision that there's some baker listening to the show like, man, I've been using this since the 1980s. And so it is, I just think, really kind of cool and innovative to do stuff like that. I also think, it is. I also think it's really kind of neat that, you know, I wonder whether or not you're going to see more breweries just at least try it every once in a while. It was interesting to me that it was only 4 or 5 breweries that they could name that have ever used this before. My feeling is this, like part of being a brewer is like, it's like, you know, F conventions. I'm not in Germany, like following the Reinheitsgebot. Like, let's try some shit. You like hops? Let's put as much hops as possible in here. You like alcohol? Let's try to make the strongest beer possible. But like, here's the thing. I think a pushback might be like, who cares? It's just glitter. All you could do is see it. But here I am, like, here I am looking, like walking through a beer aisle, and I see a pale ale, I see a red ale, I see a brown ale, I see an amber ale, I see a black IPA. When I think about beers, I think one of the defining characteristics is the way that it looks. And we do eat with our eyes and we do drink with our eyes. And I think that there's something to be said about playing around with this. In a world where hazy IPAs are all the craze, and I know that it gets a little bit of pushback on this show, but still, I think everybody here has tried a hazy IPA on this show. Where people are just sometimes it's a result of like just unfiltered brewing, but sometimes it's they're throwing flour in their beer to get it hazy. Like, I don't see a fundamental difference between those two things. And to me, it's just kind of interesting. Like, fuck, man. Have you ever taken a picture of your dessert when you ordered it from a fancy restaurant? Have there ever been things on your plate that were edible but actually did nothing in terms of flavor? It was just about the way that it looks. Like, I think on some level, like, dude, I got to give people kudos for that. Like, I don't even know if I had a glittery beer in front of me, if it would even look that appetizing to me. But like, I have to give props for anybody that would try it. I would envision, and Annie Wolf Pouch, I meant to try to send you a message earlier this week to like confirm what was going on at Seabright Brewery. But my suspicion is that, the beer that they had, it started with glitter in it. And then, they got enough feedback from their customers where they're like, yeah, I guess not everybody likes that. And they're only ordering one and then never again. But I have to respect anybody that's got the guts to try something new, especially knowing that, yeah, maybe it's a gimmick. Maybe you're thinking you're going to sell a lot, but you're also putting your money down. This is a bet from you as a craft brewery, saying like, we bet we're going to sell these. And so I've got to respect that you're going to put your money on the line for that. And I'm wondering whether or not my local homebrew supply shops carry glitter. Because I would love to put glitter in like a Russian Imperial Stout, so you wouldn't even see it. Just to do
okay,
it.
that's it. Well, thank you, Jeff, for bringing up a couple of points, and I appreciate that. But yeah, visual presentation is, how do you set yourself apart? And obviously, some of the pictures they showed in the article, and I think I actually saw something on TV where it was swirling in the glass, and it looks impressive, I guess. And to take that chance. But to your point about garnishes and things like that on a plate that you don't intend. Yeah, how many times have you gotten a garnish on the plate that's a flower? And it looks nice, but I'm not eating the flower because then I'm going to have flower taste, a floral taste in my mouth that I don't want.
You take that
right?
little
I can choose not to eat
something and you just throw it over your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, I can choose not to have that garnish, even though it's supposed to be edible. But glitter in beer, unless it adds to the aroma or the flavor of the beer, it's like, why?
Because then they can call it Rainbow Bright beer. So there's a couple other things that I thought about this.
A year ago, ladies and gentlemen, I sat across from these two knuckleheads and watched them eat Lucky Charms, which is loaded full of artificial colors.
Mm-hmm.
that don't taste like anything. If your purple horseshoe was orange, it would still taste the same. I don't know where I was going with that.
Excellent. Well done. Okay, so a couple of things about this. Like, because I remember, I think we talked about the glitter. There was some other alcoholic drink that it was purple and had glitter in it. I think it was a spirit though. And because I believe that glitter is heavier than the liquid that it's suspended in. And so it's going to sink. So is somebody back there?
I was thinking the same thing.
Or is it you order the beer and somebody's got a bowl and they're scooping some edible glitter into your glass and then swirling it and then presenting it to you on some rainbow paper or something. And the other thing is, if it's in the keg, if the glitter's in the keg and it's coming through the lines, be prepared for every beer that ever comes through that line to be a glitter beer, because once you go glitter, you never get rid of the glitter.
You took my idea on that. Yes, you hit it right on the head. So I got something stuck in my teeth. Oh, so you have a fucking piece of glitter. I mean,
well, I just think about, the old scenario where the husband comes home late and he's got like glitter on his clothes. And, like, now it's like glitter inside of his mouth, and his wife's like, honey, what have you been doing?
Glitter all over his beard.
Oh, God.
That beard glitter. I mean, that's just, there you go, Jeff. You can make your own glitter beer. Get some beard glitter, load that beard up with the glitter, and then pour yourself some beer, and then just do a little wiggle, do a little tinkle on your beard, tinkle that glitter.
Like, honestly, and here's the thing, like, I know, like, everybody thinks I'm like this staunch glitter defender. Like, the reality is, like, I hate glitter. Like, people who put like get like birthday cards with glitter on it or wrapping paper with glitter on it. It's like, fuck you. This is not a present. This is offensive, dude. Like,
but bring me a beer with glitter on it, and we just became best friends.
That's the only place glitter ever belongs. But like, no, it's like, dude, let's not get. I guess what I'm saying is, like, they're trying, man.
What you're
saying?
Trying. What you're saying, but I gotta make my jokes. Damn it!
No, listen. Look, I'm making this new beer that has a podcast award inside of it.
Is that going to be in the mail to me anytime soon?
Very soon, Jeff. I swear to you.
All right. It would be would be fun to have the glitter in a stout, and like, so they don't know it's glitter, and then they're about halfway through the glass, and they start to notice all this glitter on the inside of their glass, and they're like, What's going on? I just glitter bombed your beer, bro. Yeah. All right. So send all your glitter beer to Jeff Solomon, Gilroy, California. That's all you have to do. Just write Jeff Solomon, Gilroy, California, and he'll get it.
I'm the only one.
John Ruyak. Are we done with glitter beer?
I think so. Are we going to piss off some more people?
Yeah, I'm going to piss off some more people by drinking this Scotch style ale from Hermitage right now. A traditional St. Patty's Day beverage.
Yeah, I've moved on to a lizard tail India Black. So
I'm on my second glass of the Irish Stout here.
Nice. I'm kind of jealous of that Irish Stout you're having.
Dude, it's so good. I'm so happy with it.
Sounds nice.
I mean, kudos to them for taking that chance and putting some sour in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, that's taking a chance there, Solomon. That's if you want to go out on the ledge and you give kudos to people for putting glitter in beer. I mean, come on.
No,
That's
hey,
nothing like putting smoked whale testicles in something.
I do have to say this Hermitage Maltopia Scotch style ale, all jokes aside, is really good. I don't drink a lot of Scotch ales, but this is fantastic. Super duper malt forward, like 9% alcohol. It's just warm and just chewy and
A little
delicious.
bit. Is it a little peaty? Does it have a little bit of smokiness to it?
Yeah, it is a little bit, and it's got the Munich, the Crystal, the dark chocolate malts, all keeping it real. And
Oh,
whoa,
that's yeah.
whoa, Jeff Eccles is about to get crazy. He's about to get nuts with some Jameson.
He's going to be a knucklehead hosting the show.
Woo!
Only if I've got some glitter I can put in it.
I got this new mixer. Let's see what this knob does.
All right, John, did you have something else there, brother?
Okay, well, I mean, VinePair seems to be coming up with some articles here, and this is just a quick 1-minute read. It's like the 9 types of craft beer drinkers who will drive you nuts.
Oh, okay. 9 types of craft beer drinkers. This is like a top 10 list minus one, minus a glitter bomb.
Well, a bottom 10 list, actually, because these people will piss you off.
Will you read through them and we'll comment on them one by one?
Sure you go. We've got the Untapped Addict, the beer geek who would rather have a sip of 4 limited releases than take the time to actually enjoy one of them. Someone who gets a dopamine release from all their untapped badges, as if you deserve a reward for your flighty drinking habits.
All right. So we've got we've had two people like that on our show in the past. We've still got one.
All I have to say is, like, they're presuming a lot here, and like I've used Untapped sometimes, and I get into little situations like that. But they're presuming that just because somebody likes to archive the beers that they drink on this public forum because it's easy to do that, they're not enjoying their beer and they're just trying to break records. Like, I didn't ask to get all these badges. You know what I'm saying? It's like if somebody's like, oh, we like drinking, all they care about is winning awards. They don't care about actually putting out quality podcasts. What if we care about both those things, right? Or what if we only care about putting out quality? And that's why I am a 2-time podcast award recipient.
I will say this about the Untapped badges. They've come up with some really bogus ones. Like, it used to be like one that was like low ABV, one was high ABV. Now they're rewarding you for drinking a normal beer, like middle of the road badges. I'm like, really? Whatever. So at this point, I'm just using it to keep track of things I've had or haven't had before.
You know what I'm doing right now?
What?
I'm checking in this beer to Untapped.
He's trying to put his Jameson on Untapped. He's crazy.
Okay, so the next one,
John,
is there's the Countdown King. Yes, there's an optimal time in which to consume all beers. So they're railing against somebody who's like the ultra freshness geekaroonie. You know, they won't have anything past a freshness date. Blah blah blah.
I don't know. Like, again, I just feel like they're presuming a whole lot. Like, I do have to say, I've had a couple of older IPAs on accident, and it's upsetting. Like, and so I think it's okay to like be a proponent of, like, I'm at the store and I'm going to buy this IPA and it's 10 months old. And I just put it back on the shelf, or I asked the guy, I'm like, do you have anything that's newer than this? Like, I think that you should be asking for fresh beers.
If you want a quality product, that you shouldn't be embarrassed by that.
No, you should not. But I think they're just railing against people that are like ultra snooty about, I only drink my IPAs if they're just like fresh into the keg, blah, blah, blah.
I've never heard anybody say anything like that.
As I go through this list, it's
This
like
is more sounding
someone
like
got
something that's all
someone got
thought.
pissed off someone got pissed off at craft beer drinkers and had to come up with
They're
9 different types
they're
of people.
they're building up these fucking straw men right here, and it's
Right.
very
But here,
obnoxious. You like that,
this
Jim
one-
Myers? I finally used straw man. You taught me like 5 years ago, but
All
now
right,
I got
the
it.
the first two have been lame. What's the next one?
Well, I'm gonna skip the shelfie hater. I don't even understand that one. But the line junkie, the guy who's always like waiting in line for some limited release at some place. You're missing the birth of your child because you stood on a Brooklyn sidewalk for 7 hours.
Again, they're presuming that this guy's missing the birth of his child. Listen.
Look. No, here's what I'll say.
Okay.
The person that wrote this article probably stood in a GD line for their iPhone X for 3 days, and they're complaining about the person standing in line at Russian River Brewery to get some Pliny.
Yeah, there you go. That, you know what? The more I look at this article, the more I'm like, think that there's a bunch of like magazine article writers who we don't like, or just we should be
We don't
complaining about because they're trying to make up shit. I'm
I
done
mean,
with this
well,
article.
who is it?
Let's
Is
move
this-
on.
Is this Vine Pair?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's their whole thing. No, I want to have fun with it. Look, John Ruyak, this is all I've got. Come on.
and glitter beer.
I'm
Keep
sorry
going.
for that.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. Okay. The one upper. Oh, you've tried Heady Topper. You've tried Focal Banger. I'm so over that, man. I just traded all my Alchemist for every Trillium brewed in the last 5 seconds. Yeah, we know some one uppers, don't we, Jeff?
We know one or two.
Okay. And then
I
there's
know
the
3. I know 3 of them.
And then there's the indie or die drinker. Supporting independent brewers is fantastic, but no one invited your soapbox to the party. Even craft brewers enjoy a macro beer when the time is right. I'll agree with that. There's a time and place for having any kind of beer, whatever happens to be available, you know.
I will say that, but with one caveat. Fuck you, AB.
No, that actually is a good segue into my story, if you're okay with that.
I'm 100% not okay with that, John.
Okay.
I don't think. Hold on, let me check. No, I'm not okay with that at all.
Never mind then.
Was that the whole list?
Oh, I edited it because some of them were just bullshit.
I want to hear the bullshit. Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, you want to hear? Okay, well, there was the shelfie hater, the guy who takes pictures of himself with every beer he's ever had.
That's cool. That sounds like a cool dude.
Jeff's like, why do I love everything on this list?
The relentless Instagrammer who hashtags everything about beer geeks.
Hashtag craft beer, hashtag beer hour, hashtag beer 30, hashtag beer me, hashtag beer porn,
Yeah, there you
Hashtag
go.
Ecovessel.
hashtag 5 stars.
The self-proclaimed beer nerd who's never had anything but New England IPA, so he knows what flour tastes like. The mansplainer. You work at a brewery and you homebrew, that's cool. Let me explain to you what you've done wrong. So, yeah.
Hashtag mansplaining.
Yeah, there you go. That's all of them.
Oh, hey. By the way, Ryan Hannigan's watching right now.
Hey Ryan,
How
Hey,
you
Ryan,
doing?
how are you
brother?
doing, dude?
is he available now?
I don't know. He could have said this 30 minutes ago. I'm not really good with it. Hey, Ryan, if you're still watching, let us know how you feel about glitter beer.
Yeah, I want to hear what he says. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do.
And what kind of beer drinker do you hate? That's what I want to know, Ryan Hannigan from Focus on the Beer. And of not very good fantasy football acumen.
I have to say about all this stuff that this person, I don't know, they hang out in big cities or wherever they hang out in.
Hmm?
I haven't run into too much of this stuff.
Ryan
You
is
know.
working at a Trails End, and he says glitter beer is incredible.
Oh, there you go.
But I think he could be meaning like the literal meaning of incredible, which is I can't believe anybody would ever do that. Maybe that's what he's saying. I give them no credit.
All right, John. Well
Yes.
done. Handling all the booze news yourself. I think we're ready to move on and get into what's up. So, what do you have your eyes on, or what do you have coming up, John Riak?
So, hey, folks, hey, don't forget you could get that 30% off your first order at Ecovessel. Use that promo code, and this is capital letters, folks, WLD30.
WLD, they're 30% off your entire first order. Doesn't matter how many things you order, you get 30% off. Hell of a
And
deal
if
they're
you're
putting together for us.
If you're driving through Albuquerque, stop at Lizard Tail. I'll be there.
And John will fill your growler for you.
I know how to do that now.
Jeff Solomon.
Yeah, hey, I did want to remind you that the Ecovessel giveaway is still going strong all through March as we are marching our way to the top of your favorite podcasting app ranks. All you got to do is in the app that you are listening to us on right now, or in Apple Podcasts, which you might not be listening to us right now on, leave an amazing review. Go ahead and send us a screen grab on your favorite social media site. We're on Instagram as We Like Drinking, Twitter as We Like Drinking 1. And gosh, honestly, on Facebook, join the tavern and post it there. Just use that hashtag Ecovessel. Get in on this contest. We are giving away 2 Ecovessel bosses with patented copper-infused technology and weed infusers that come with it. So
I know none of you can see this because I'm holding something up to the screen, but it's 64 ounces of Ecovessel Boss Glory.
And they have a lot of other pretty awesome products. Like I've been using the one shaped like a wine bottle and bringing it to work every single day. And one of my students is watching me pour water, and he goes, "Mr. Solomon, is that water?" You smell like my dad. Yes, it's water, kids.
Yeah, and a lot of good stuff going on there. Jeff Solomon, you recently posted a bunch about your Montebello component tasting, the thing that got you into the wine world to begin with.
Yeah, so in the We Like Drinking tavern right now, which is our private Facebook group, please come and join. Yeah, a lot of folks are posting some really cool stuff. I was trying to one up Thea, who's posting all these wonderful pictures from all over France. She's drinking like what was she drinking? Like some Chateau Lafite Rothschild or something.
Some crazy Bordeaux.
Yeah, some crazy Bordeaux bullshit. So I tried to one up her. I was at the Montebello component tasting at Ridge in Cupertino this last weekend. So I was posting a bunch of pictures up there. But man, that's such an awesome thing. I know Martin Redmond hits that up every year too. I got to talk to Eric Bauer, the new head winemaker at Montebello for Ridge, and it was really neat just to I was drinking like the 2015 Montebello along with the barrel sample of the 2017. I was drinking one of the driest years in recent history, along with one of the wettest years in recent history, right next to each other with this winemaker. Man, it was awesome. And I got the pictures to prove it. So F you guys. Come join the We Like Drinking Tavern on Facebook. It's awesome.
That is pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So be sure to check it out. Also, what's up, patrons? Be checking your mail this probably towards big end of this week, maybe beginning of next week for this. If you're watching the video, it is coming to you soon. So another present for our lovely Patreons. Thank you for all you do for us.
Explain to the listeners what it is.
Oh, I don't want to explain it. So it's
a magnet.
It's a die cut like refrigerator magnet of the We Like Drinking logo, cut in the outline of it along with the We Like Drinking phrasing underneath. So I think it turned out really good.
That is sharp.
I think that looks. Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is those little lines next to the word drinking.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite part. It's like the record scratch on the After Party soundtrack.
Oh, wow. You know what I was going to say? Speaking of sharp, I'd love to see that exact same outline, but turned into a ninja star. And I could just like shuriken people with the We Like Drinking logo. I could fight crime with the... Is that a magnet on your Ecovessel growler right now?
On my Ecovessel growler.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, you know what I could do? I could stick it to the door of my truck and then advertise it all around town.
Absolutely. 3-inch magnets are awesome as a card. All right, we're moving on to
I'm sorry. The more I think about it, the shuriken is the best thing because, like, scene of the crime, detectives in there. He's like a shuriken in somebody's back, and he goes, "We like drinking." That's an award-winning podcast.
What's up? So, what do we have our eyes on, or what do we have coming up? Oh no, we just did that. I'm sorry, Jeff. It's time for what segment?
Bo. Bodie Bo. John Ruyek's got a story.
I was worried you would forget how the bumper went.
That's every song I've ever written is exactly the same.
All right, John.
So I am going to try to do this quickly. So Saturday I went down to central New Mexico and I went into a mountain range and I was shooting some video for our herpetological society. We're going to do a recruitment video to distribute to high schools and middle schools for kids that are interested in that kind of stuff. I'm walking to the trailhead and I see this truck parked there. I've never seen a truck parked there ever. Usually the only vehicle within 15 miles of this spot. And there's a dude there who's getting ready to do some mountain biking. And we talked for a couple minutes and he's got this big cube of Coors Light sitting outside the truck. He's like, "Hey, stop by on your way back and we'll share a cold one." And I'm like, "Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, I work at a craft brewery." So, and I go on my hike and I fall into some prickly pear cactus and I sent the guys a picture of my hand covered in about 80 or 90 cactus spines. And I did find a couple of cool snakes, some rattlesnakes that day before it got too cold because some winter weather was moving back in. Walked back out the trail and there's the guy and his buddy. They're sitting around the truck. And they're like, "Hey, John, come back over. We're going to share that beer." I'm like, "Oh, man, really? Thanks a lot." So I walk over and he goes into the cooler. He's got I can see all these Coors Lights floating around in the ice. And he digs down really deep and he pulls out a Bosky Brewing Scotia Ale, a Scotch ale. And it was so nice. So I want to say thanks to Marcus and Andrew. That was a really cool time I spent with you guys around your campfire, drinking that good beer. And I dropped my fleece on the trail and he phoned me and he found it. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, guys.
You did the leave behind, huh?
Yeah, I did.
That's John Ruyek's patented move.
Now they have to come. Now they got to come to Lizard Tail because they've never been to the brewery before. So they got to bring me back my fleece.
All right. Excellent story, John. That was fun. All right. And if John is chugging his beer, it must be
last call.
Last call. Time to clean house and lock the doors. So, folks, you know what we do here. We plead, beg, and hope for your help. and interacting with us more. First, we'd like you to hit us up on the socials at the Facebooks and the Instagram at We Like Drinking, or in the Facebook group, The Tavern. Just search for We Like Drinking Tavern, or go to welikedrinking.com/tavern. You'll get sent right there. Or if you want to be on the Twitters, check us out at We Like Drinking 1. That's the number 1, where we will be hanging out in the hashtag Pink Party or Pink Society all the time. John Ruyak, what's another way that our listeners can help us out?
Well, what we talked about at the top of the show, you could head off to your favorite podcast distributors, say like Apple Podcasts or iTunes, whatever they happen to be called now. Leave us a nice review. Remember about the contest. Screen grab it, hashtag Ecovessel. Get it back to us. You might win one. They're pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet, and your chances are pretty good because a lot of you aren't doing it. Jeff Solomon, if they've done all that and they're like, I'm jonesing to help the We Like Drinking show more, what can they do?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're just really looking to give back to us, because we give so much to you each and every week, we've got something for you. Hit us up at welikedrinking.com/pledge to find out about our Patreon program. It's a way where you can help support the show for as little as $1 a month. We got some cool prizes, some cool swag for you, some exclusive content, including I saw another episode of the After Party just came out. For those of you that were jonesing to find out what the hell else happened when we were pounding double IPAs, I think that's a fun one. I know Jeff McKinney was looking forward to that one. But yeah, become a Patreon of the show. welikedrinking.com/pledge is how you can get hooked up on the hookup.
Really, I mean, the stickers, the potential T-shirts, all the stuff, and everything that we make, you get one of. As far as like the stickers go and the magnets and all that kind of stuff. But really, the after party, those are some entertaining shit shows.
Oh my God.
Just wait till you listen to the one from last week.
I know there was a lot of, I believe there was a lot of air guitar, or so I was told.
There may have been a lot of air guitar. All right, well, that's a lot that we just dropped on you. So we like to do a little bit to make sure it gets sunk in, called Wait, Who Subscribed? Where I take a quote from someone fictional or non-fictional, and these guys try to guess what it's from. I've got 2 to choose from here because I like the segment so much. I did it twice tonight. So I'm going to go with a little bit. We're running short on time, so I'm going to go with the longer one because, that makes sense. All right, so here we go. Word to your moms. I came to drop bombs. I got more rhymes than the Bible's got Psalms. I was going to try to walk through this, and I just can't.
Just like the prodigal son, I'll return. Anyone step into me, you get burned. Exactly. I got lyrics, and you ain't got one. If you cut the metal, bring us up good. What if you do, you're a fool. Because when I do it to the deaf.
Try to
get your last breath.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I've never heard that before.
Because when I shoot a gift, I shoot to kill. I came to get down. So get out.
Get out your seats and jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down. Jump. Everybody jump. You know what I love?
Hold on.
Yeah.
John.
I think it's that Irish rap star Cole Cannon.
You know what was great about hip hop from the early 90s? Everybody was about jumping.
Yes.
That was so because Criss Cross would make you jump. With the Mac Daddy and the Daddy Mac, they would all do that. Honestly,
is that like Kraft? Is that from Kraft? Can't you get that for like $1 a box? Welcome back, Daddy.
So this is it's a House of Pain.
It is House of Pain.
Featuring Everlast. I liked Everlast's solo career. He was going to be the next Bob Dylan.
Very good, Jeff
Yeah.
Solomon.
At least he's more intelligible than Bob Dylan and Ozzy.
Don't you dare. Hey, man. Everlast ever dreams about being Bob Dylan, he better wake his ass up and apologize.
Moving on, you can also find the show notes for this episode with all the links to the stories or mentions we had at welikedrinking.com/podcast. All right. That was a fun one. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
St. Paddy's Day.
Oh,
Gonna go get some green glitter beer.
If your doorbell rings in the next 10 minutes, it might be Jim.
He won't be stabbing Chewbacca.
Okay, panel.
This was a battle. I found a We Like Drinking shuriken and a broken hockey stick. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm gonna carve it into a shillelagh.
Okay, panel. Let's take one last trip around this table, get some final thoughts before we shut off the lights. John Ruyak.
I had a dream, a crazy dream. Anyway, I had a dream the other night. I was talking to Jimmy Page about brewing beer and just life in general, raising kids, all that kind of stuff, owning houses and stuff like that. And he left, and I said, I'm not going to ask you any crazy questions. I'm not going to ask for your autograph, but I kind of get your phone number. And he said, no, I'll take your phone number. And he wrote it down, and he said he would call me back. Jimmy Page hasn't called me back. So anybody out there knows Mr. Page, or Jimmy, if you listen yourself, I'm still waiting for you to call me back.
From a dream?
Yeah.
All right. Jeff Solomon.
I once had a dream I was in a yellow submarine with my friend George and John and Ringo, because I'm Paul McCartney and I'm from Liverpool.
Were you in the octopus's garden again?
I'd like to be under the...
I'll say thanks again for joining us at the Drinking Podcast.
Where you'll never drink alone.
Peace and love, peace and love. I am watching you on my internet show. That's my Ringo. My Ringo's not as good as my... So, hey, Ryan Hannigan, are you still watching?
Somebody joined back in. Somebody's watching again.
Because he left a cryptic message about how if we're still on at 10, he'd like to jump in and hang.
Yeah, I sent him a quick link already. I had to put my...
So I think what he's saying is like after 10, he'll try to jump in. But if you're watching right now, use the fingers to let us know, because maybe we'll do another after party or something.
Just
Use your fingers, the big ones.
Holy cow.
And if it's not Ryan Hannigan watching us, please
hello, viewer.
Yeah, dude. The after party, the
last one
that Jeff went on for like 10 minutes.
One time, and I had some bones of a fish in my ear, and I used it as a comb.
It combed my one eyebrow, not a unibrow, but my one eyebrow. My other eye is bald.
But the podcast award's called They Want the Award Back.
It broke the teeth of my bone brush.
And
now we're at 0 viewers.
Oh, good.
Wow.
All right. With that, viewers, thanks for joining us.